So why do we get fat? According to the National Institutes of Health, obesity occurs when a person consumes more calories from food than he or she burns. We all know the calories in, calories out concept, but I'm going to give you a few examples to prove that theory wrong. You may assume that our culture today is fat because of our increased prosperity, because with increased prosperity there comes more time to be sedentary, watching TV, sitting around because you don't need to work as hard to feed yourself. Along with that, there comes an increased amount of food, which makes us overeat. But overeating and underactivity are not the cause of obesity. The Fat-Louisa paradox, with the model that prosperity brings excess food and more sedentary lifestyle, and that brings obesity. We will take a look at the Pima Indians. In 1846, the Pima Indians were described as sprightly and in good health by a U.S. Army battalion that traveled through their lands. They also described them as having warehouses full of food. So this is an extremely prosperous, affluent society where they're growing their own food, they have fish from the wild river and they're gathering, and they have ample food supply. So if overeating was to cause obesity, you would see it in this culture. However, they were all very fit and very lean. By the 1870s, their lands were invaded by Anglo and Mexican Americans. They started to divert the water from the river and overhunt the local mountain regions, causing the food system supply of the Pimas to completely collapse. And then they entered a famine that lasted 30 years. In 1902, an anthropologist named Hank Russell went to live with the Pima, and he noted that there was a high rate of obesity in the elderly in that community. They went from fit and prosperous to fat and poor. Now there are many examples of things similar to this all around the world. If you look, you'll notice that malnutrition coexists with obesity. We'll see in cases all around the world in poor areas that there are overweight mothers with starving children. If we are to believe this calories in, calories out model, then we are also to believe that these women are overeating while they let their children starve, which is ridiculous. One example is in Trinidad in 1961 through 1963. 1/3 of the adult female population was obese, and the per capita daily diet was less than 2,000 calories, which is less than the recommended amount. So how is it that Freely the Banana Girl or so many other people on this high-carb, low-fat lifestyle can eat 3,000 plus calories a day and stay lean and thin? Time to change your way of thinking. Not all calories are the same. Carbohydrates are easily digested, and we have a small but necessary storage system for them. Once that storage system is full, the rest are just eliminated. When it comes to fat and proteins, on the other hand, they're much more complicated to digest. And after they're digested, fat especially is so easily stored onto the body. So if you want to lower the fat on your body, lower the fat in your diet. You don't have to eliminate it completely, but try to keep it at 10% of your calories or less a day are coming from fat.